What's up guys, Shukesh Panik here. Today I have with me two of the best mid-range smartphones at this moment, and I'm going to do a speed test in between these two. On my right hand side I have the Samsung Galaxy J7, which I just reviewed, and this is by far the best or one of the best mid-range smartphones under 15,000 rupees, that is $240 considering both hardware and software. Now the device on my left hand is the just launched Motorola Moto X with damn good hardware for the price. At this moment this phone is retailing at 18,499 rupees, that is $290, and there is also a 20,000 rupees model with bigger storage, so the price difference is only 3,500 rupees, that is $50. Now for this extra price you are getting much better hardware on the Moto X. Starting from the display, you are getting a full HD screen on the Moto X, whereas Galaxy J7 sports a 720p screen. You can easily notice the difference, and HD resolution on Galaxy J7 is not that bad, but if you put this side by side with a full HD screen then it looks slightly pixelated. But as this is a Super AMOLED screen, the viewing angles are much better than the TFT LCD on the Moto X. But still I'll go for the full HD resolution because this is a huge 5.5 inch screen and this extra resolution makes a huge difference. Now today in this video I'll be doing a speed test, that is I'll talk about the performance of these devices. Though the camera, display, battery etc are better on the Moto X, this Galaxy J7 is as good as this Motorola device here in terms of benchmarks, CPU, GPU, gaming performance etc. Now as you already know, the Moto X is running on the stock version of Android, that is there is no customization done, and this ensures fluid Android experience. There is less bloatware apps, and as a result there is no software bottleneck and you get what the original Android has to offer. On the other hand, Galaxy J7 features the heavy TouchWiz UX interface with lots of software features and extra added Samsung applications. The interface is totally customized for better user experience, and as a result Samsung phones usually take slightly more time. But surprisingly that's not totally true for this Galaxy J7, because just few days ago I did a speed test in between this J7 and the Motorola Moto G 3rd generation, which is also running on the stock Android. The J7 beats the Moto G3 Black and Blue, but the Moto G3 is far inferior to the J7 in terms of CPU and GPU. The Moto X I have here today is as good as the J7, if not better. Before I start the speed test, let's quickly talk about the hardware. The Samsung device sports an 8-core 1.5 GHz Cortex-A53 processor, whereas the Motorola device has two quad-core Cortex-A53 processors at 1.65 and 1.11 GHz clock speed. The GPU on the Motorola phone is Adreno 405, whereas the J7 packs a Mali T720 graphics. So the CPU and GPU of these two devices are very comparable, and I'm quite interested to see who performs better in the speed test. Now it's worth noticing the free RAM on the Moto X is 1200 MB out of 2 GB, which is excellent, whereas you got only half, that is 600 MB out of 1.5 GB, because the interface is actually eating up lots of RAM. Well guys, let's also check the benchmark results, and on Geekbench 3 Moto X managed slightly better result. On Antutu5 benchmark, Moto X scores 37,444, whereas on Galaxy J7 you got slightly better 38,304. The Nina Mark II score is also very close, so looks like both the phones are almost equally capable. Now the question is, who is faster? Not in terms of benchmarks and specs, but in real day-to-day life uses, and this is what matters at the end of the day. Both Galaxy J7 and Moto X can handle almost all the games on the Play Store, but the time taken for opening applications, the smoothness and the responsiveness of the interface, boot time and the real performance, the stability of the CPU and GPU are most vital parts of a smartphone, I think, because the end user will experience these things. The slight difference in the benchmark won't matter. So guys, let's get started with the speed test, and first of all I'll do the boot test. Let's see which one takes less time to switch off. Well, the Galaxy J7 is already off. Now let's switch on. Well, once again the Samsung device is significantly faster. The Moto X Play is still showing the boot animation, so Galaxy J7 is the clear winner in this boot test. Of course, that doesn't mean the Moto X Play is slower, but a faster boot time is always preferable. The Motorola device is ultimately ready, and now I will launch some vital applications and check the app opening time. First of all, I'll check the camera. Well, once again the Galaxy J7 responded faster. That's somewhat surprising. Let's check again. Surely the J7 is quicker. It's good to see a custom interface device responding so quickly. Next, let's check the dialer, and once again the J7 is the winner. This Galaxy J7 is by far the quickest Samsung device I have come across in the mid-range category. Almost all the Samsung mid-range and entry-level phones are laggy, but this time we have got a super fast phone. I really expected the Moto X Play will be more swift and it will actually beat the J7 because of the stock Android. In opening the messaging app as well, the J7 is visibly faster, so I am quite surprised and really happy for Samsung because they finally managed to get such a responsive TouchWiz interface. Interestingly, the Galaxy J5, the younger sibling of this Galaxy J7, is terribly slow. Let's try a third-party application, that is this game, and this time also the Samsung device beats the stock Android phone here. In the benchmarks, you have seen both the phones performed almost equally, but in the speed test, the J7 is the sure winner. The J7 is performing as per the flagship models of Samsung like the Galaxy S6 or Note 5, so it's really great. One of the main reasons this Moto X Play is losing the speed test is it has to actually process a full HD graphics compared to the HD graphics on the J7. But still, I am somewhat disappointed with the Motorola device here. In the gaming review, I have talked about the occasional lag on the Moto X Play, and the battery also overheats. So looks like the new Moto X isn't as good as it seems. I will upload the full review on this Motorola device very soon, so don't forget to subscribe and keep in touch. Reviews on Galaxy J7 are already uploaded, so check that out, and if you have found this video very helpful to you, then you can also hit the like button below. Thanks a lot for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and keep in touch.